Hi there, sign of Aquarius. This is Kim here to do your reading today. This reading is messages that you need to hear over the next 3 days. They will help you. It may be pointing you towards a distant future point, but the point is that it gets to you as these energies shift and change. So thank you for joining me. The first message I have for you is the song that came onto my playlist, or not playlist, but just it was kind of random that popped up, was "You Should See Me in a Crown," Billie Eilish, Billie Eilish. You should see me in a crown. I'm gonna run this town, or something like that. And I have been getting the message for the signs of Aquarius for the last, I don't know, I would say almost 2 months now, of being raised to this status. It puts you in a very Aries energy, a very confident leader. I always, the energy I'm feeling is a mix between intelligence, beauty, art, it's all of it, and it's being put into this package. The way it's given to the world is going to put you on top. And that's the message I have. If you listen, you should believe me with these messages, because not every sign gets that message. Not every sign has, they might get it at different times, for example, usually. So that's what I've been feeling for your sign for a while now. So if fame and recognition is not what you're going for, maybe it's not your reading, because this is actually a reading for those people that would feel there is a desire to achieve something and be recognized for it, because it's like you're worthy, and it's well, I'm hearing overdue, so it's overdue. The way I interpret that, though, would be that there's some level of mastery that you have that puts it to where you know exactly what you want. Basically, you know exactly what you want. You've had enough experiences with this and that and the other, and so this is something that feels like it's going to put you on top. On top. Oh, okay. Wow. What going on? See, big stuff. Big stuff. Let's do 2 for the outcome, as I usually do. Thank you, Spirit. Emperor, Aries energy. What'd I say? That is and then on the bottom I have the Ace of Pentacles, which is it came from nowhere and it changed everything. Todd Alcott, thank you for this beautiful sci-fi tarot deck. I love this deck. So hello, this is it. This is the big pathway. It's here. It's here. Maybe it's like just peeping, or you don't see how big this is, but you feel it, right? Okay, you feel it. You feel it because we have the High Priestess in the recent past. So whatever this is, you figured it out too. She's holding in her hand. Oh, that's really interesting, isn't it? It looks like a code. There's code. It looks like Morse code, honestly, on a, like if it were written out. And she's holding an onion that hasn't completely been peeled yet. So there's a lot to discover about who you are. You have a lot more layers, let's say. But yeah, you figured out some sort of code. That's very interesting. Today is interesting because I'm reading a book that's talking about the action rest response that we have to our senses and how we interpret reality, kind of as code, in a sense that it's all about the action, but that makes things appear like they're changing. And I don't know, it's just whoa, all that information came down. So this is I feel like and you even have these 2 towers with this electricity, like I feel like a signal. It's been, there's something that's like stimulating all of this energy to have big effects on the outside life. All right, and it's all happening inside. Like you're generating this frequency, this energy for this experience on the inside. You're doing it the whole time. There's just this action and rest, and I feel like the signal is really strong. Like it has been, you've tapped into some sort of desire. Let's put it that way. You've tapped into some sort of desire within yourself, and doing so, it's creating energy. It's creating energy around it. You obviously have a lot of choices that you are going to be faced with the Seven of Cups here as the issue, because it's the issue, and the challenge is this is your journey. Three of Wands. This is for you to envision and imagine. You're standing on the precipice of seeing everything you visualize for yourself become real. So back to you're experienced enough to know there were times when you wanted something so bad, and then you got it, and then you kind of, maybe it was an item or something, like when you're small as a kid, and then all of a sudden you're disinterested, you don't play with it because you figured out something about yourself that let you know that, okay, some sort of desire wasn't for me. But then you desire something else, and then with age or with time or just experience, we come to know exactly what we really desire and want. So I think maybe we're going through that right now, or we're figuring out exactly what it is that we want to choose. We're trying not to, it feels like here we're trying not to deceive our heart. Okay, so we're trying to, we're trying not to deceive our heart with these choices. We want to make something as clear as can be, but there's still that, what do I choose? Okay, there's strategy here going on with the Seven of Swords. This is in the heart of your matter, so in your heart space. To me, this would be strategy and not telling anybody else about it. Something that your heart wants, your heart desires. Maybe even keeping a desire or a dream like to yourself. The Five of Cups. Okay, because there is a different way you can read that. There is a different way you can read that. It feels like kind of hiding something. It feels like hiding something, but I think the biggest part of this is that you may feel it hurts somebody else for you to hide some part of what you plan on doing. Yeah, Hierophant in the reverse. I don't know if there's a breakup or changing of a soul contract commitment. I don't think you're necessarily hurt. I think you're Five of Cups, you're sideways. I actually think this is like some kind of sadness for somebody that's going to be left behind. And I see those two cups, I'm feeling like somebody's going to be left behind when I see that. And that's the decisive, this is something you've decided. It puts you in your power. You're choosing something different. I'm really picking up on that because I think that you're probably ready for this Ace of Cups, right? This can be a new relationship, it can be talking about new contracts, maybe something. I think it's relations with some people. No matter how that it was something kind of rather official, and there's some sort of like exit to that. Okay, so that might be something that's weighing on your heart, but more importantly, we have the Ace of Cups. So there's this desire to choose something kind of new, or a new loving beginning with somebody that you know, but it's new, like it would be a new path for something very loving. It doesn't necessarily even have to be romance. But tell me more about Okay, the Emperor, beautiful. Do you see all this power energy? They really just want me to say that you have some powerful choices ahead of you. Power energy, you're sitting on your throne, a position of authority. You're the one deciding how things are going to be. And it's like evidently clear. You're sitting and standing in your power. here. And also you've been get this message is, I swear, mainly Aquarius here, about receiving the highest honor to act from action, but having a lot of forces, I feel like, of good here, forces of good backing your decisions, whatever your decision may be, whatever your action may be. I feel like you are this person of authority, and it's very, and yeah, and there is an important decision, isn't it? So there is an important decision, and I feel like people are on looking, trying to see, what is this Aquarius going to decide? Something is a mystery, especially when it comes to something about how your heart feels. Okay, something is a big mystery. Another card here with how you're feeling is, it says trapped between two realities. Can you keep your balance? Two of Pentacles. It's making lots of different choices and decisions, having to be here in the now moment. And at times that card, if it's in how you're feeling, can be like, oh my goodness, I'm about to be doing a lot. Or I feel like I'm juggling something. I need to choose something. It's something like that with the Two of Pentacles. So, and the Two of Swords up there is a decision. So a choice, a decision, you're feeling that. And then crossroads, choice or decision. So you have those three cards that all mean, and the Seven of Cups, which is like choose wisely. So decision, 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 choose wisely, right? Think about it and strategize within your heart. Tell me more about why the Hierophant is in, you know what, we'll get a different deck. Why the Hierophant is in reverse. Because it's the ending of something, a coffin. Because it's the ending. Because it's the ending of a contract, we'll say. A soul level contract. Or, you know what? Some of you all are doing something in a very unconventional way, or how others might see you as like, well, they go against the grain. They do something that's not the status quo. That's not exactly how it's been done, I would say, in the past with the Hierophant. Because Hierophant energy is like, back when there were only certain people that held, you know, the spiritual knowledge, right? And so with this, and they were associated with building some institutions, and with it in the reverse, I can see somebody that's doing something different, a very different way, and it's like non-conformist energy here, and I like it. Actually, I like it. Danger. Why danger? Or coming out of danger. Danger, the scythe. Why scythe? Because of wealth. You have to watch your wealth. You have to watch your wealth. There's something here about there will be There could be people trying to get to your wealth. As soon as something is known, as soon as something is clear about some sort of information, and maybe this letter is something that puts you really on this Emperor. Like, I think you're already in that energy, but I'm talking about materially. This is a lot. This is wealth, you know, with the, for a long time, wealth. And so with the scythe and the Hierophant, the reverse, and the Seven of Swords, I would just be very careful with somebody trying to get to your heart space, because they see this, that you're just super wealthy. Because this would be to cause somebody trying to take something from you or cause you some problems. I feel like it's more to get to money. Using the heart. Just be careful with that then. Maybe that is maybe just even a warning here. Something from the past. Somebody maybe wanting to, I don't know, something from the past. Man, I think I could do a whole reading on your heart space here. I'm sorry though, we got to move on. Two of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups, right? And the Page of Swords. So it's a difficult decision here, and a difficult conversation to have with somebody, where you're going to have to let them know that it's something that you've actually, this big decision has kind of kept us worried or anxious, feeling like I have to make a decision in order to walk in a different direction, go in a different direction, because whatever you are experiencing either with this person, but how you're feeling is like, okay, in the current area I'm dissatisfied, or in this current relationship I'm dissatisfied, but I know that I'm the wounded soldier in this situation. Like, you know that you're exhausted, you're still standing though. So in a way, if this was like a past love situation, I feel like it could have been very trying and a really hard decision at the end of the day, but it's something that you're grateful that, you know, you are still standing. You've not lost like your faith in love and things like that. Maybe you have to make a difficult decision with that Page of Swords. Ooh. Okay, so you could be feeling kind of exhausted, but I feel like it's like mental exhaustion here about a certain decision and a path that you're going to take that leads you in a different direction. Here's the challenge, that Three of Wands. The challenge is, it has something also to do with alliances and partnerships and expansion. So speaking of that, that's an energy that's coming into the environment with the Lover's energy. It says their passion brought war to the galaxy. Definitely can be a soulmate. It can be somebody that is coming in from the outside to offer you a Ace of Pentacle out of nowhere. This person comes in, they offer you something big, and it results in you having to make a big decision. Now it's a crossroads in your life. I feel like with the Four of Swords in the reverse is something that you're not really going to have to even think about too much, because I think it will be that good of an offer. This person comes armed with a lot of good information for you. And they're watching somebody else. Like, they're literally watching something on a screen, and something else looks like it might be able to look back. There's something here about being observed, noticing that you're being observed in your environment, or more so like the energy is giving off okay, so it could be something as normal as going to the grocery store, but your energy is already aligned with like a lot of people are looking at you, is what I'm trying to say, in a very weird long way. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so you're aware that some people are looking at you. Yeah. Interested, right? So that Lovers, that might be more than one person actually, even. So we have this big one here. We have the Tower. That's in the goal and destiny spot. And then the future is the Knight of Swords. So with the Tower and the Knight of Swords, huge shakeup, good shakeup, I feel like. Okay, we can imagine that the old structure is coming down with the Tower, right? And something new is going to be put up, or you're going to be going somewhere different. And maybe build something different. This is done because of the, wow, so your strategy and your ability to let go of the past that doesn't hold up to the shaking of life, right? That's what comes down. That's the Tower. That's how I'm reading it, and you're reading. It doesn't always, it is big change, but to me, it's the letting go of the past. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Not telling anybody about your strategy here, but definitely having a strategy. It's different. It's unconventional. And we have this quick action with the Knight of Swords. Quick action. Not making the same investment that you did in the past. Okay, from experience, we can say that the Page of Pentacles in the reverse would be like something that we don't want to invest in. Something that we don't want to, maybe it's, yeah, is the end of the Five of Pentacles energy. It's in the reverse. There's a strategy that you have. It's new. It's different. What I'm thinking is that Page of Pentacles in the reverse is a new way to invest. Some way that hasn't even been thought of yet. There's no order to it necessarily, because this is your game. This is Aquarius's order. This is not about deadlines. This is not about deadlines. This is not about things having to be this is about you doing it your way, and having a fast rise, because as we can see, the old way has not been working, right? Because there's new energy, and you're probably one of the first maybe signs or groups that I've seen really totally immerse yourself into this whole, we're going to do something different, we're going to get it done. And you do. So it's the end of the struggle. It's the end of the struggle, and this strategy is like, it's all you. Might be why other people are looking towards you. Like, you know. Tell me about Knight of Wands. So 2 knights here. Like I said, there could be multiple people or different people coming into your life. Another Knight of Wands. Good Lord. If you have a twin flame, or you feel like maybe you haven't met your twin flame yet, then that might be them. Because the Knight of Wands, it might be for what we're actually hoping for, is to, yes, have fast thinking action with the Knight of Swords. Go into a direction that you feel really drawn to, because you're determined, right? You're determined to achieve what you desire. And so you do this, but you really want to run into either another energy that's very passionate, just like you, or you like this thing to pick up like double speed. So it could be the hope is that, look, and maybe you're even hoping, maybe I get to see a lot of sights too on my way. Maybe this involves a lot of travel for me. It does say in the adventure of the spirit, 2 Knight of Wands here. First to set foot upon the new world. Yeah, that's how I feel this energy is that you're working with, or how you're able to work with it. It's kind of amazing. 6 of Pentacle upright, 7 of Pentacle. Yes. 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're trying to tell you how beautiful your alignment is for stability, financial growing. Like, you've already been successful. The 6 of Pentacle is also other people wanting to help you out, give gifts to you. It's equal give and take. There's balance here that's coming in with your finances, with your stability, with how you work with others. You are patient, you've been diligent, and you have been planning things for yourself. I'm getting a big message of planning, because I have like the 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 everywhere. So when I'm seeing them getting this, like, I'm still in flow state, but I'm not judging every day by what is exactly in front of me, because you can see it. With the 3 of Wands, doesn't have to be present. You see it, you know it. Yeah, you know you're the Emperor, and you are in alignment here for this completion, right? It goes up to, what, you've got 3 more left. I mean, yeah, so have patience with yourself. Take time on some sort of choice or decision that you have to make. It's a big one. They're saying it's a big one, probably coming in to the environment or in your reality very soon. You're going to have a really important decision, and it has effects on your long term. That's why long-term planning is coming out here to me with that 2 of Swords. So yeah, careful consideration at this time, and don't forget to remember, like, how much time and effort has gone into some work that you've already done in the past, because I feel like it applies to what that decision is going to be about. Remember, you're the Emperor, right? You have told you, you're the Emperor. You have the power like unto a god here. So you're using your godlike powers. You're creating, you're manifesting great fortune. All is good. Split it on the rings and the hot air balloon, which is about a counterpart, or having telepathy with different people, feeling very connected, maybe a soul group. It's also about contracts, and the hot air balloon is about rising up in ascension, defying gravity, the highest perspective, or higher. There we go. I tell you with the fortune, grapes, abundance, bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy overindulgence, tempting goodness, plentiful wealth, enjoy the fruits of your labor. I told you about this hard decision here, right? Yeah, well, that's it, because it even laid on top of it here about the Dear John, rejection, cold hard truth, breaking up, set boundaries, divorce, strained situation. It's not you, it's me, the end, final word, cutting cords, something's not working. Okay, and I heard the song right when I said that. Fleetwood Mac, you can go your own way. Okay, because if this person is saying to you, or no, you're saying to them, right? So imagine you're the one saying, listen, you can go your own way. They're completely fine with it at that point. At that point, they're completely fine with it. And I feel like that's how you are. And I don't know what's got you so worried. Maybe it's about hurting somebody's feelings or something like that. That might be it. Yeah. You can go your own way. Anyway, crystal ball, intuition, premonition, seeing clearly, discernment, perception, sixth sense, instinct, divination, future planning, ESP, past, present, future, a gut reaction, and inner knowing. And remember, you had that energy here in the recent past anyway, so you know what that's about. You know wealth is coming. Oh no, okay, blinders. That's what I thought. I think it's that person. Now that's that card that we saw while I was shuffling, right? So, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, okay, so if we were refusing to face things as the way that they really were, if we were staying in situations longer than we should have, we may have had blinders on, or may have been so focused on one thing that we weren't seeing what was going on, maybe in a relationship, or we just didn't want to have that difficult conversation, make that goal that leads you into specific steps away from this. Whatever it is, you could feel like maybe I was not seeing things right for a while. So some sort of optical illusion that is being, I feel like this is what was kind of like revealed maybe with this crystal ball intuition. Something that you were in, it doesn't have to be a relationship even. It could be like something that you were in that didn't really feel right, but we just did, right? The optical illusion is probably that it was predictive programming. It was probably either like a career or a person kind of made up from the bits and pieces of what people think, give, like the building blocks to your, you have life and people like give you these blocks and they say, now go build this and you'll get what you desire. But all you have to work with is like what society gave you, or what your programming told you about relationships. That's what you have to work with. Now, when you break out of that, right, and you become completely conscious of being a conscious creator, then you're aware of all of this. You're also aware of in what ways have I been predictive programming myself. Like, what are some beliefs that I have that I actually don't resonate with? And so you see through that, and then things change. And that's kind of what I feel like that group is. Rainbow is wish granted, serendipity. It says wealth too. Manifesting wealth, prosperity, perfect timing. Rings definitely wants to come out with contracts, agreements, bonds, strong connections, unions, partner, counterpart, lovers, telepathy, like-minded people, committed, partner, engaged. And the cake card, which is your Four of Wands, right? So it's what the progress is, what is leading to from that Three of Wands. We just the challenge here, I feel like, is being clear with yourself and your vision as to what you want to really see, what do you really desire, what do you really want to see, and then you make your own blocks to build it. That's kind of what it looks like here. So it's all leading to this here, Aquarius. Celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, honor, remember, recognize, commemorate, graduation, anniversary, wedding, prom, birthday, and award ceremony. All right, so that's what I have for you all today, and I'm sending you so much love. Thanks for joining me. Bye, Aquarius.